Welcome back friends. Today we are going to solve LeetCode problem 638 isomorphic strings. Before we start looking the details of this problem, I just want to mention that I often create LeetCode coding solution videos as well as videos for to help people who are preparing for Java J2 interviews. So I already have a playlist created for LeetCode as well as other playlists which are like which explains the different computer programming concepts like BFS, DFS, dynamic programming, as well as different data structures, algorithms, and Java J2 specific data structures. So please check them out. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel now, because your subscription will be helpful for the channel to reach to more people, and they can also benefit like you are benefiting by seeing this video. So please subscribe. So let's look at the problem details now. So given two strings s and t, determine if they are isomorphic. Two strings are isomorphic if the characters in s can be replaced to get t. All occurrences of a character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of characters. No two characters may map to the same character, but a character may map to itself. You may assume both S and T have same length. Okay, so they have given us a couple of examples here for isomorphic strings. So we will look into these examples over here, and I'll explain you how we can approach this problem and solve this problem. So first thing, we will just understand what the isomorphic string is quickly. Um, so, so let's say we have been given S and T. So S is paper and T is title, right? So what they are saying is, if you can map this character with the character in the T in the way that you can still form the string T from string S, right? Then it becomes isomorphic string. For example, if we mark a P with character T, right? So let's just go over these strings. So P with character T, then A with character I. So let's say we marked A with mapped A with character I, then we mapped E with character L, right? So E we will map with character L, and then R we are mapping with E. So R we are mapping with E, right? So basically now if we have this mapping, and if we are going through this string and we are forming a string with the mapped character, right? Then what we will get, like if we are mapping P with T, right? A with I, right? Then again P with T, right? Then again E with L, right? And again now R is mapped with E, right? So basically you can get T from string S, right? So then it means that S and T both strings are isomorphic, right? So so for example, let's say instead of title, let's just assume that instead of title, this string is TI uh, PLE, let's say, right? TIPLE is the string. So now when we are mapping, now we will not we cannot map to TIPLE because the P is already mapped to T. Now here P is again we are mapping to another character P, right? P we are mapping to another character, it's already mapped to T, right? Here first character. So which means that we cannot form the second string. So these two strings, paper and TIPLE, they are not isomorphic basically, because we cannot map form a mapping so that we can get T string from S string basically. So that is the concept of isomorphic strings. So let me just revert back this so I can again explain the solution. So now what we are going to do to solve this problem is, we will create two arrays S and T, and both arrays are 256 characters, right? So why 256 character? Because we are not just dealing with A to Z, but we are dealing with other special characters as well here, right? So for example, percentage, this is one of the character, or dash is there another character, or dollar. So those characters we will have ASCII values. So the ASCII values for all the characters, all these characters is from 0 to 255, right? This is the ASCII values. So that's why we have to create the array of 256 character, 256 length here, right? So we will create just 256 s and t, and whenever we will iterate s and t at the simultaneously. So first we will check if both lengths are same, right? Both lengths should be same, otherwise they cannot be a isomorphic string. After that we will iterate these strings with the same index, right? So first 0 index means p and t. So what we will do in this case is we will go and we will get the ASCII code. Basically when you like we are doing, for example, let me show you the implementation also at the same time, so you will get more understanding. So when we are so here we have formed two arrays of 256 characters, and we are forming, now we are iterating through the strings, right? So one by one indexes we will go from 0 to the length until the length of the string. And when we say that s dot char at I, right, so it automatically converts that character into the ASCII code basically. So for example, if we are having a here or p here, then ASCII code of p may be 112, right? Let's say, for example, then we will just say s of 112, and we will compare that value right now with the t value, right? So let's say t and ASCII code for the t, let's say it is, let's say 130, just assume that it is 130. So for now we will compare the values for both. So in the beginning both will be 0, right? So uh, whenever the values are matching, we are good, you know, we will update it to 1 here and 1 here when we have seen p, right? Now we will be seeing a now, second character, right? And here I will be second character. So now again let's say a is the ASCII code for a will be 97, right? 97 is ASCII code for character a. So we will just go s97, and here we will go to I. So I character is ASCII code, you can just assume some value there, right? Like let's say it is 105 or something like 105. This is just to explain, you know, like it may be different. So we will just check it, it is 0 now, it is 0. So we are good, we will put 1 there now, right? We will put 1 here, and here also we will put 1. So now after that we will go to the third character, which is p here and which is t here, right? So p ASCII code again 112. So we are seeing 1 here for 112, right? And t ASCII code is 130. So we are seeing 1 here. So both are matching. So we are good. So we will update that from 1 to 2 now, right? Because we are seeing it second time. So we will just update it from 1 to 2 for both. Now we are now E, and here we are at L, right? So E, let's say ASCII code for E is let's just assume that it is, let's say 102 or something like this, right? 102, and then ASCII code for L, you can just say T is let's say 110, right? 110. So right now both are 0, so we are good because both are matching. We will just update it to 1 for both of them, and then we will go to the next one, right? So next one is now R. So R and E, right? So R and E, again, as you can see, R, the ASCII code, let's say for R is 110. So now it is 0, and for E, let's say ASCII code for E is what, like 102, right? So T of 102, let's say, right? 102. So both are 0. So we are good. We will just make it 1, right? So as you have seen, we have always matching values, right? So as long as our values are matching, at the end we will just return that they are isomorphic strings. If the value did not match, for example, instead of P, let's say in here instead of T, let's just assume that this t is not there, but instead of t we have character p here, let's say, right? So when we are checking p and this p, at that time here we will find value for p will be 1 and value for this p will be 0, right, at that time here. So they will not match. So in that case we will return false because those are not isomorphic strings. So basically idea is get the means automatically we will get the ASCII code, and we will just compare the count will should match, right? If the count of S and T is not matching for the ith character, then we will just simply return false, right? Because that's how the isomorphic string is. And then we will increment the count here for S for that ASCII character, as well as for that ASCII code we will increment value for T here, and we will loop until the string ends. If everything is matching, then we will just return true basically. So that is the idea. So as you can see, so so first thing we are checking here is both length should be same, otherwise it will return false. We have created S and T arrays to hold 256. Why? Because maximum number of characters that can be represented by ASCII is 256, right? Because as you can, I can quickly show you. Basically, if you look at the test cases they have, they will have all the other ASCII characters also, right? For example, now this one, if we run this egg and add, let's say this one, if we run, these both are now isomorphic strings, right? So let's say, so as you can see, our code is working fine, both are getting true with the approach that I explained. Now in the test cases they have some ASCII characters, for example percentage and, right? So let's say percentage and dollar and percentage, so it is mapped to some other ASCII characters, for example um, at and then exclamation at exclamation, right? So still, as you can see, these two strings are still isomorphic, right? Because they are still mapped with the correct character sequence. So let's just quickly run and make sure it is working fine. So as you can see, we have to incorporate our solution to allow other ASCII characters as well. That's why we are taking 256, right? The 256 array. And as I explained here, the logic is we will check the count of S and count of T always, the count of ASCII of S and ASCII of T. If both should always match, right? If both are not matching, then it means that they are not isomorphic strings. So that's what it is. So the code is pretty straightforward after it's explained. So we already tried two test cases. So let's try some other test cases they have given us. We can just try this paper and title, and both the strings are isomorphic now. Okay. Okay, so yeah, our code is getting accepted, right? Both like true. So let's just try to do some kind of not isomorphic string now, right? So let's just remove this string. This is only for to show you, but that is also important. So now let's say paper is there, and instead of title, let's say we will just change it to some like X, right? X character. So now this thing is not isomorphic, right? So it should return false. Uh, so let us take one like T I T L E, right? So T I, instead of T we will just say A here, right? And this is not isomorphic now. Yeah, so see, it's coming false because these are not isomorphic now. And other string we can try is paper, and then so this one is isomorphic, uh, and you can just put something like paper one, and here you can just say title, and here also you will just say one, right? So string, it should be isomorphic. Isomorphic is false. So paper and one, right? And title and one. So let's just take these strings over here. So as you can see, P is mapped to T, A is mapped to I, P is mapped to L here, E is mapped to E here, right? E is mapped to E here, and no, actually, yeah, let me just make this. So P is mapped to T, right? Let's just write it quickly so I can explain. So P is mapped to T, right? Then A is mapped to I, A is mapped to I, then P is mapped to T again, which is fine, right? P is mapped to T, so that is correct. Then E is mapped to L, E is mapped to L, so far we are good. E is mapped to L, and then R is mapped to E, right? R is mapped to E, and then O is mapped to O, right? O is mapped to O, which is also fine, and N is mapped to N, and E is mapped to E. So now as you can see, E is mapped to, already we have E mapped here, right, to L. Now we are mapping E with another character E, right? So that's why it is not isomorphic string. So if we want to make this isomorphic, if we want like if we change this E with L, then it will become isomorphic. Let's try that quickly. So as you can see, now the string became isomorphic. So isomorphic is true, right? So that is how the isomorphic string works. So the mapping should be consistent. When you map E with some character like E with L, then you have to map E with L always, right? Otherwise it becomes not isomorphic. So I think I explained detailed algorithm as well as so like example. So please try these problems. String problems are very common in the initial round of interview. So make sure you can solve them, code them. Try different problems of strings. Also, please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please hit subscribe button as well as a like button. And thanks for watching the video.